I'm a professional stylist and I'm going to show you the 10 pieces that I've added to my wardrobe this autumn winter and the 3 simple rules that you can use to help you decide what to add to yours. Before we get stuck in, let's talk about the 3 simple rules that I use to help me decide what to add to my wardrobe that can be really, really helpful as just quick check-ins when you're thinking about buying something. So first up, does it sit in my colour palette? A lot of people think that limiting their wardrobe to a single colour palette is going to prevent you having things that you love or being able to explore new ideas, express yourself in different ways. But the thing that I find that overrides all of that is that my wardrobe works when I stick to the palette of colours that works for me, which is kind of rich and warm and earthy. There's lots of browns and creams and kind of gorgeous autumny shades. Then everything in my wardrobe mixes and matches. I can pull outfits together really, really easily. And it is worth sacrificing the odd bit of neon pink for that for me. But that's not to say that you can't add those pieces occasionally. It's just always worth asking that question, does this sit in a palette which is going to work with the rest of my wardrobe? Second tip, think about cost per wear. You don't need to get out a pen and paper and start working out the maths, but just really think about whether you're going to get the use from a piece before you invest. It's so easy to invest loads and loads of money in pieces that you wear very occasionally. Think about things like outfits to go to a wedding or a graduation. We have no problem throwing away huge sums of money on that, and yet scrimp and save when it comes to the everyday pieces, which are actually affecting how you feel about yourself every single day. It's really worth investing in those pieces that you're going to get loads and loads of wear out. And over time, the cost per wear on those is basically nothing. I've got pieces in here that felt like massive investments at the time, but the cost per wear is certainly down into the pence by now. Third and most important rule of all, and you can ignore everything else I say, but I really hope you'll listen to this one, which is that you have to love it. If you're looking at a piece of clothing or an accessory, if you don't love it, there is no point in trying to make it work in your wardrobe. You should always be drawn to that item first. Then you decide, am I going to get the use out of it? Is it going to sit in my palette? But it's no point answering all of those questions and thinking, well, it should work, it'll probably go with other stuff in my wardrobe. If you don't actually really want to bring it home, put it in your wardrobe, get it on and wear it. I think that is the most telling thing. If something is sitting in your wardrobe with the tag still on, probably it didn't pass that test. Okay, let's get into the pieces that I've added to my wardrobe. First up, you might have seen pieces like this before. There's about 10 variations on this color in my wardrobe right now, but that classic roll neck, that slimline shape works so well for me for autumn winter layering. I've got ones in here that are 4 or 5 years old and they're still going strong, but I couldn't resist adding this retro orange shade to the collection. It's going to pair really well with those kind of burgundy tone pieces, tapping into that autumn winter trend, as well as all the creams and browns that you'll see feature quite heavily in my wardrobe. Next up, I've always wanted a slogan tee and I've always felt a little bit silly in them. This one was a little bit more of an investment. I did have to kind of do a bit of the maths on cost per wear, but I absolutely love it. It pairs really well with all the kind of navy and cream that I have in my wardrobe. If I want to go for a more monochrome look, it's going to work with jeans. It's perfect for pairing with a suit for a kind of slightly more dressed down look. I absolutely love it. I'm really glad I finally got a slogan tee about 50 years behind everyone else, but I got there in the end and I can't wait to get loads of use out of this one. If you look at my wardrobe, you'll see there's not a great deal of print in there. I barely even wear a stripe, but I love the colors in this shirt. I love how it's super, super drapey. It kind of makes the print feel a little bit more relaxed. Again, it's kind of tapping into that slightly 70s vibe. I like it with high-waisted, loose jeans. It just really appealed to me. I don't really add a lot of print, but this one, I kind of put it on when we were reviewing the new collection when it came in, and I fell in love with it, and it's found a really permanent home in my wardrobe. Next up, dark navy shacket. It's an oversized, simple piece. It's from H&M, and it goes really, really well with the dark navy that I've already got in my wardrobe. It's the neutral that I tend to go to. It harmonizes with a lot of those kind of rich, warm tones, but it's something that you can find on the high street as well as in kind of more niche shops. So I go to it a lot. That is going to pair with things like suit trousers. I'll wear it with jeans over some of the pieces that I've shown here already. I just think it's going to be a really, really versatile piece in my wardrobe. It was a kind of cheap and cheerful addition, but I foresee it getting an awful lot of use. Okay, on to number 5, I think. It is the same cream sweater as I'm wearing here in teal. It's gorgeous, fluffy, cozy merino wool. It's got a lovely relaxed feel. You can see it's kind of not over clingy. It's got a high neck, which I love. It just feels like a really timeless addition to my wardrobe. It's going to work with the matching co-ord skirt or with kind of jeans or suit trousers. It's already gone with virtually everything in my wardrobe, and I know it's going to continue to do so. The fact that it's in a neutral as well makes the fact that it's a bit more of an investment piece absolutely fine in my book, because I know I'm going to wear it with loads of different colours in my wardrobe. Next up, leather skirt. I've had leather skirts before and just not got the use out of them, but because this one is a slightly more relaxed fit, it's a midi length, it's another H&M piece actually, it just feels really wearable. It pairs with a lot of the pieces I've already shown, kind of tapping into that 70s vibe. It goes with the big investment piece that I've added to my wardrobe that I'll show you in a moment, but it feels really versatile, mixes and matches, perfect workwear piece. The last piece of clothing that I've added, I've got 3 accessories that I'm going to show you, but the last piece of clothing is a blazer. It's in a kind of really deep teal colour, which I think pairs really well with some of the navy and that I already have in my wardrobe, as well as some of those brighter teal tones, and obviously works with all the creams and the bright shades that I've got in there as well. I went for a slightly oversized look for this one. Most of the blazers I've already got a kind of more classic fit, I guess, and I really wanted something that felt a bit more contemporary, a little bit more kind of, a bit more autumn winter 25 really. So I sized up to a large in this, and it's just given it that slouch and ease that I really wanted. So I'm wearing this a lot already with things like jeans, but I can also wear it as a full suit if I want, pop it over a dress. It's just going to have so much use this autumn. Okay, on to the accessories. There are 3 accessories I've added. This is the first. You can't go wrong with cashmere, and it's tapping into that khaki trend that's everywhere this autumn winter, but also just a super cozy piece that I can wear year after year. I know that the cost per wear on this is going to come down into the pence over time. It's a colour that I go to a lot, a style that I already know that I wear and love. I can just see this being in my wardrobe for literal years. Okay, second to last item. I don't actually have a lot of bags in my wardrobe. It's not something I particularly feel the need to buy or add into my life, but this really simple, kind of useful crossbody bag, it's perfect for days out with my kids, kind of wearing with more casual outfits. Throw it on, fits a surprising amount in it. Just a really useful addition to my wardrobe that's going to play so many roles. Last up was my big investment piece for the year, which was a pair of Reformation knee-high boots. Love the colour, absolutely fell in love with them on site. Really had to do the maths on these, but I've already worn them a good handful of times. We won't talk about what that's brought the cost per wear down to, but I know I'm going to keep wearing them for years to come. They're a super wearable style for me. They're not too high heel. They're quite a relaxed leg, so they feel like they go with loads and loads of different outfits, different skirt and dress shapes. Feel like they're going to be here for a long time to come. You'll see that every single one of the pieces I've added this season really stick to those 3 rules. They're all in my colour palette, they all pass that cost per wear test, and I absolutely love all of them. I was genuinely excited to add each and every one of them to my wardrobe, and I can see them being there for a long time to come. I'd love to see what you've added to your wardrobe, or maybe what you're thinking of adding. Maybe some of these tips have given you the final push to add something. You can let me know in the comments below. You can also see in the description box below, I've linked some of the products I've shown if you want to click through to any of those. And while we're talking about things that are down there, if you want to get more stylist tips, you can hit the like and subscribe button for more.